Ah, the beans and tacos. Sorry about the hiccup in that. That was weird. But let's switch over. Hey everyone, how's it going? Happy Monday. Hope you all had a great, fantastic weekend. I'm gonna stop the beans and tacos. We don't need any more of that. Let's turn the game music back on. Alright, welcome to the stream, everybody. Hope all is well. We did not end up raiding last night. And we might not be able to do any raid training for a while. I don't know yet. We'll have to see if I can get a sub to fill in. One of our members has their work schedule a little screwed up right now, so we don't know exactly what's gonna happen with that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But anyway, yeah, we're here. It is, as we talked about last time we did an FF14 stream, we're putting a pause on Heaven and High Solo because I need a break. I need to step away from it. I got really careless. Okay. But that aside, yeah, let's do some side quests. Because I feel like this is the only way I'm going to get through these damn side quests. Is if we, you know, set aside some time every week to do that. So why not FF14 night? So we finished the area 1, the first area, the low-level area of Labyrinthos last time. So now we are on to Garlemald. I did a few fates before this to kind of push myself into 82. But yeah, now we'll do Garlemald and let's have a nice chill night doing side quests. So that's the plan. Okay, where should we start? I guess we'll just start with this guy. We'll pick up 5 at a time, just kind of go around. And then we'll, I guess, hit up there, and then go over here, and, yeah, we'll do that. I don't know how long we're gonna go tonight. Not super long. Just because it's hard to keep reading for a long time, so. Alright, let's do this. Let's start here. With, Barthélemy? Sir? Yep, sir. Hello, Sir Barthélemy. Beast of the Imperial Wild. Barthélemy in Camp Broken Glass is having a devil of a time trying to keep the stores pest-free. Blast it all! Overgrown bastards got away again! If only there was someone we could turn to, but who? Oh, excuse me, didn't see you there. Pardon my mumbling. Hold on a moment. Let me have a look at you. Those eyes, that steady-set jaw. Yes, you're a... Oh, shit, I don't know. How do you say this word? Dowdy? Dofty? Google, help! Dowdy.
Dowdy.
Dowdy! What a weird word. Wait, hold on. Reopen that. What does that mean? Brave and persistent. Thanks for that. Thanks, Kate. Yes, you're a dowdy sort, aren't you? Perfect. You are just the woman I was in the market for. Our camp stores are being pillaged, plundered, and altogether despoiled, which is troublesome indeed, as we've so little in the way of provisions as it is. Fortunately, the thieves left tracks, which the Garlean hunters of the area tell us belong to a variety of yeti known as almiste. The wretches are so wily that once you've found a source of food, they come in droves, telling all their other accursed friends, so that leaves us with only one recourse, swift and bloody retribution. I was told to find the assistance of a master huntswoman, but you certainly can't find one of those just lying about. I was fretting over whom to ask when you fell straight into my lap. You seem as good a hunter as any, right? If you're all willing to cooperate, and I'm sure that you are, speak with the Imperial Hunter just outside camp. He'll set you on the right path. Sir Barthélemy, no offense, but I have a question for you. You came here as a part of the Eorzean contingency? What were we calling this? Surely you know who I am, sir. It's like... Oh yeah, you look like an able-bodied random person who's just here for no reason. And it's like, actually, about that. Contingent Quartermaster, your inventory is not full. I mean, I guess they're technically right. Keeping tabs on its supplies does not appear to be the Ilsabard contingent's forte. Ah, Ilsabard contingent, that's what they were being called. Maybe he's a reserve person who came afterwards and doesn't know who I am. I have an important task to perform, and by that I mean have someone else perform. Okay. I've been lumbered with the unenviable duty of keeping inventory supplies brought by each delegation. Though weaponry and basic provisions have been accounted for, I can't say the same for what might be considered creature comforts. You see, even the most frivolous of things can make a huge difference out here in the frozen wastes. So I'm trying to put together a list of luxury goods at our disposal. Seeing as you're on good terms with practically everyone here, better than me at any rate, perhaps you could help? I suppose. Much appreciated. I've already sent one of my subordinates to speak with the Maelstrom, Temple Knights, and Alamegan Resistance. I need you to ask the remaining groups, namely the Twin Adders, Immortal Flames, and our Far Eastern allies. Any information you can bring me would be most welcome. Ooh, we get to talk to the Zayla. There we go. Ooh, hold on. You have anything I can buy? I need to spend some gemstones. I mean, I already have that, obviously. Okay, nothing I particularly care about yet. Iliette? Bear baiting? Bear baiting. Man-eating bears stalk the ice fields, and Iliette has a mind to turn the tables. But not quite as one would expect. Just the person I was hoping to see. Might I interest you in a little hunting? What? Hunting what? It's bears I'm after. If you've never tried their meat, I'd thoroughly recommend it. They're far from the easiest of prey, though I dare say you've faced much worse. If you're game, here's the plan. First, we lure them out with this deer meat, which is also laced with sleeping potion. Then it's a simple matter of walking over and offing them in the manner of your choosing. What could be simpler? Here's 3 ample servings of prime venison. But I love venison. I would get stuck in this trap. I'm stupid. Be sure to let the concoction take effect before swooping in to claim your prize. You have another quest for me. The hero never bombs. Iliette has for you a rather explosive assignment. Uh-oh. That can't be good. Aha! You do have a way of appearing at the most opportune times, don't you? I was only just thinking to myself, if only Kirameki were here. So, to business. In light of our work to aid the people of Garlemald, the First Legion put to us an offer. Their service machina is ours should we want it. Though, as we've all recently learned, nothing is ever so easy, as the Magitek in question still lies within the city limits. The self-same engineer who gifted us with this information has offered to escort you to the site. That's right, you mentioned you by name, even. I would never force you to attend a task so perilous, but it would be a great boon for our cause were we to wrangle that machina to our purposes. The area in question is sadly littered with detritus of all manner, making exploration difficult, if not impossible. To that end, here. These ought to blast, bomb, and demolish any barrier foolish enough to stand between our hero and her cause. The engineer awaits you outside the encampment's limits. Find him when you are ready to brave the perils of the city. Sure thing, buddy. Alright, we can pick up one more, and then we'll have our log full of our 5. So, I guess we're gonna go for... We'll pick this up, and then we'll talk to that guy. This contingent scout who happens to be a conjurer. In the skies above Garlemald, a member of the contingent's reconnaissance force is looking for an intrepid soul willing to sit astride Magitek armor. Hey, I'm always willing to sit atop Magitek armor. Sounds like a good plan. Good plan, great plan. Hold on, I gotta do something real fast. Beep. Okay. Salutations, Kirameki. Forgive the abrupt nature of my question, but have you ever sat astride Magitek armor? Yes, in fact, I own one. Fantastic! If anyone were to have such experience, I knew it would be you. The reason for my asking is simple. We wish to get an aerial view of the city to assess damages. A Magitek pilot belonging to the 1st Legion was kind enough to suggest we use one of their flying units to conduct our survey. I own a few of those as well. Alas, the person we initially requested for this assignment has been injured, and rendered us unable to board the armor. Fortunately, I found you! Or rather, you have found me, as it were. This Magitek pilot I spoke of awaits you at Liminal Station 4. You'll find him performing maintenance on the armor you'll be using. He will get you set up. I'm somewhat jealous you get to experience such a sight. Not every day one strolls through the clouds above enemy territory, after all. Anyhow, when you're ready, you'll find the pilot I spoke of performing maintenance on the vehicle, Liminal Station 4. Shit, I should have talked to the other people after we picked up the quest. I'll go back and do it, I'm sorry. We gotta get all that dialogue in. Someone bothered to write it. There's one thing that springs to mind. We brought several bolts of felt, which might seem a bit odd to some. Most people don't realize how effective it is in the cold, in keeping the cold out and the warm in, and that's not all. We use it in everything from clothing to our yurts and even for patching up our wounds. Of course, we're more than willing to share it with the rest of the contingent. We also have a whole crate of what you might call warming stones in the common tongue. Hold one in your hands and you'll see what I mean. There are plenty of those to go around as well. Nice. Oh, you have a quest. We'll get that later. Okay, we're gonna go talk to these other people real fast. And then we'll go around, talk to the people in the camp for the quest, and so on and so forth.
You'd do well to stay alert while lying in wait. Wouldn't want any bears sneaking up from behind, would you?
Alright, how about this one?
The Magitek Engineer belonging to the 1st Legion awaits you beyond the limits of our encampment. Join him and recover the machina he offered us. Only if you wish to, that is.
I mean, I already agreed to do it, lady. Can I jump over? Yes! It's not important who you ask, as long as they know what they're talking about. Good to know. Excuse me, sorry. Barthélemy. If you're willing to help us curb the depredations of our supplies and teach the Almasty a lesson, then speak with the Imperial Hunter beyond the camp's borders.
Oakley dokley.
Alright, we'll go bam, 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 and then bam. And then we'll see where shit is farther out. Hello, June.
Creature comforts? Well, we did bring a large shipment of tea leaves provided by the Carlene Company. Mother Mion and Fufucha both agreed that there's no better way to stave off the cold than a nice hot brew, and I can personally attest to that. We've enough for everyone if they even mind to try it.
Good to know. Damn it, I don't want to pick up your quest. I just wanted to talk to you. Oh well. I'll be back for you, Rimamo. Oh, there's our hunter. Hello, Imperial Hunter.
Hold on a moment. I know you. Yes, you're one of the Yorzians who was brought to the station, aren't you?
I was told that I would receive assistance from one involved in the contingent's decision-making processes, but I must say, seeing you here comes as a shock. You seem the sort of person to be above the sniping of vermin. Sure you've the time to spend on such menial tasks? Yo, I got nothing better to do right now. It was either this or dive and go into a tower and kill myself. Very well, I won't press the subject any longer. Your assistance will prove invaluable, I'm certain. Now then, time's wasting. Let's reconvene in the Eblem Rime, the Almasty's territory, where we'll set the trap. See you there. But later.
Kochacha!
God, I can never tell potato genders. You look like a lady.
Let me see. Other than the usual material, we also have a number of tents donated by Lord Lolarito. A few of them have been pitched around the camp, and you might be interested to know they were woven by Alamegan refugees. Well, glad they found meaningful employment, and the quality of their work speaks for itself. We do appear to have overestimated how many tents we would need, and find ourselves with a surplus of cloth. We soon discovered, however, that when folded up, the tent sheets make for surprisingly good bedding. I'd be happy to donate a few.
Nice. That's cool. Very nice. Ah, First Legion Magitek Engineer. You look cozy. You came. I have expected you might not, given the dangers. Then again, you are a Eorzeus champion, and what sort of hero balks in the face of a challenge, eh? Forget my excitement, I've been wanting to make your acquaintance for some time now. Yes, well, anyway, shall we be off then? Find me at Reggio Urbranissima, and I shall escort you from there. Far easier that way, trust me. Says you, I can fly where the hells I want. Is my butt cold? Probably. Don't worry about it. How the hell's it raining, but there's snow everywhere? I don't live in a snowy area, so I don't know if you can have rain and snow at the same time. What are we doing here? Which one is this? Bear baiting. Oh, okay, this is the venison. Sedative laced venison. Although this morsel would have been perfectly edible had it not been marinated in sleeping potion, using it as bait to snare a bear will provide valuable sustenance for the whole Ilsebard contingent. Should the plan fail, however, not only will this prime venison have gone to waste, you will most likely be dead. Thanks. You sense a hostile presence. Ludicrously massive bear! It is pretty big. Ludicrous. Did I hit the wrong button? Maybe, I don't know. She gave me 3, so presumably there's 2 more spots to do this. Get a butt ton of bear meat. Your funeral, doggo! He wanted to say hi, so I'm saying hello. Okay. More venison. Nothing? Oh, we wasted one. I'm ashamed of us. No! We wasted 2. What's wrong with us? Why are we such terrible people? Perfectly good venison. So sad. Oh, Magitek pilot. Hello. Well, well, well. Eorzea's very own hero herself is to be our pilot. Then again, accomplished aviators such as yourself are thin on the ground these days. I suppose they had to turn to you. I've heard some fascinating stories about you, you know. Is it true you rode an ancient Allegan war machine into battle against the 7th Legion? Seemed far-fetched, but now that I've gotten a good look at you, I can see there may be some truth to the tale. I didn't do that! They did that! I beat it up! You're talking about Ultima Weapon, right? It's the other way around, buddy. But let us turn to the business at hand. The Ilsebard contingent has requested that we ascertain the level of damage the city has sustained, and the only real way to get a proper handle on the situation is from above. However, there are still hosts of autonomous machines lurking in its streets, and they won't hesitate to shoot down an unidentified craft. which is where the First Legion's Magitek comes in. So long as we remain inside this armor, we needn't fear attack from the ground. When your loins are sufficiently girded for your trip among the clouds, just say the word. Yo, I do this all the time. Let me in. Not to scare you off, as this mission is of great importance to us, but I hope you've some idea of what you are about to embark upon. You will be wheeling through the sky in what is essentially a metal bucket. If that hasn't unnerved you, I'm ready when you are. I do this all the time. Let us be on our way. Autopilot, okay. We're just here to look at the city. We shall start our survey from the north. A word of warning, though, from above, the extent of the damage will seem much greater than what you expected. It may come as something of a shock. See that overpass there? It looks like it might collapse at any moment. A single chocobo feather could see it crumble to the dust, I reckon. We shall cordon it off and ensure that none of ours attempts to enter the area. This is Palatium Novum, though it is a sorry state now. Its towers are once symbols of our empire, symbols of the progress we could achieve through the application of our sciences. I'm inclined to enter the structure proper to examine the extent of the devastation from within. Sadly, we are still too few in number for such an undertaking. It will have to wait. Sounds like a future dungeon to me. Look there! This largely looks intact, which is a little wonder. This building, which dates back to the era of the Republic, is said to be constructed from materials meant to ward off all manner of offensive magics. Clearly not all our buildings were erected with such a design philosophy. We had foolishly assumed that the war machine of defending us would make up for less than ideal structural integrity. You can see what cutting corners has cost us. With that, I would say we hit all the key areas of the city for the most part. Let us return to Camp Broken Glass, shall we? That was a fun little flyover. Thank you for joining me in the skies today, Kitameki. No trouble at all. It was fun. I confess, I may have been on my guard around you, Eorzean lot. It has been beaten into my skull that you are, and will always be, my enemy. Spending time with you today, however, has made me realize that you truly are here to help us, not harm us. To be honest, your contingent support has been a bright spot in this gloom. It is easy to fall prey to hopelessness, but we've a responsibility to fight on, do we not? We are all of us living on the star, and who else can see it brought back from the brink of ruin? Many of us lost families, friends, loved ones. Grief hangs heavy on the Empire. We need time to lick our wounds, but that does not mean we are without the fire of determination. We wish to see our home restored to its former glory. This is part of the reason why I decided to undertake this task, actually. I wanted to better understand not only the road ahead for our empire, but to see for myself the stuff you Eorzeans are made of. Enough sentimentality, though. There's still much to be done here, and this armor won't repair itself. Would you mind reporting back to the reconnaissance officer who assigned you to this task, and tell him of our findings? Sure thing, buddy. You got it, dude. Oh, it's the fate chain. There'll be time for that later. Now we do quests. Alright, we gotta go here, and then we go back. God, those things are gross looking. Okay, here we go. Imperial Hunter. Sir? You are tall, sir. Hello. This here's the Almiste's land, and considering how prolific the things are, we shouldn't have to wait long before one comes lumbering by. Ah, but I forget myself. Before we go hunting, here, specialty spirits. Not for you, of course, for them, the Almistes. Drown them in this stuff and they'll be 3 sheets to the wind before you know it. There's no easier quarry to catch than a drunk fool, am I right? Also, once you've filled one, don't forget to collect a bloody chunk from it. Can't deny that a drunk quarry is much easier to catch than one with its wits about it. That's a lesson I've learned many times over in the taverns I frequent. Okay. Good to know. Is that a... apple? Hold on. What is this? It's an apple and some meat and some nuts. I just had to look. You sense a hostile presence. Alright, we have to get it drunk. Exceptionally strong spirits, of which many our lanes have partaken, guaranteed to put hairs in one's chest if it doesn't knock one out cold first. I knew what it did, I just wanted to read it. I'm all about that flavor text. It just makes him extra squishy. That was really wasteful, but I did it for fun. Hi, hello. Have you the bloody chunk I requested? I should hope you kept it in a bottle, for I would rather not have gore dripping all over the both of us. Here is a bloody chunk of Almiste, a chunk of Almiste practically dripping with the creature's blood. Gross. Here you go, have fun with that. Good work. I must say, you've quite the mettle to face such beasts without so much as batting an eyelid. Yeah, they ain't no thing. Though it was silly of me to expect aught else from the selfsame woman who set foot into Tertium, knowing full well it was a trap. You must be wondering why the blood... Well, the Almistes are clever creatures. They won't willingly wander into dangerous lands, especially ones that smell of death. So, sprinkling a copious amount of their fellows' gore about the encampment ought to ensure that they give us a wide berth. Let's head back to Camp Broken Glass. There you can tell the soldier who sent you to me that he was right to put you on the job. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he doesn't know who the fuck I am, though. But it's fine. I am here to help. Oh, my mark's to the northeast. Oh, hello! I forgot. I didn't even remember that I had to kill you. Let's do this real quick. Carbuncle, I choose you. Just kidding. Bahamut, I choose you! Oh god, don't vomit on me! That's nasty. Oh my god, because I use Swiftcast, I have to cast both of those charges like a damn peon. Murdered! Alright, back to what we were doing. That thing's really annoying to find, because one time I had it and I just couldn't find it to save my life. Anyway. Which one's this? The hero never bombs. Oh, okay. Oh, here's the park we were in. That's the dirty pool water that we were in. Ah, first Legion Magitek Engineer. Well, this is a bother. The Magitek I have my eye on doesn't seem to be quite as accessible as I hoped. There's just so much accursed wreckage in the way. We won't be able to drag the thing out. A pickle indeed. Hate to ask, but have you any brilliant ideas up that sleeve of yours? I got bombs. She gave me bombs. Use some explosives on you? That'll do the trick, certainly. Alas, I'm not at all skilled in Eorzean technologies, which means there's a distinct possibility I'll blow my hands clean off if I try to tinker with such a device. Perhaps I could leave the blasting of objects to you? I guess. I like blowing shit up. I'll take care of the Magitek once you've dealt with the debris. After all, I'm sure you're more handy with those explosives than I could ever be. A blasting agent packed with enough powder to send debris flying into the next Senite. Alrighty then. Hey. Compact explosives. Kaboom! Kaboom! Just like Cinti. Cinti goes kaboom. Ha, you've made us a path. Very good, very good. Now my machina can finally get its day in the sun. The poor boy was originally meant to be used against the Third Legion to rain death and destruction upon them. But I lied to my superior officer and told them this machina was far too beyond repair to repurpose for any practical military use. Now it gets a second, far more peaceful chance at life. And I'm spared the grief of knowing I had a hand in spilling my countrymen's blood. When I was told to what ends that it would be used, I couldn't believe my ears. This was not the empire I knew, the empire I believed in. I'd been taught that our country's cornerstone was peace, one founded upon the ways of science and machine. How can we make such a claim when the internecine strife lays waste to our lands, kills our people? You may be Eorzean, but I see that your heart is true. So I know that you will answer me honestly when I ask, do you find the Empire cruel and barbarous? Barbarous? Those you've invaded do, no doubt do. All that separates our two sides is creed. Let's be real. They were dicks to everybody they invaded. Everybody hates them. Yes, of course. It's the victors who write history, and I fear that Garlemald will be penned with no kind hand. We've seen to that ourselves. Even so, I still wholeheartedly believe in our founding principle, unification under the banner of peace. Which is why I plan to put this war machine into better use, like rebuilding our city for one. His days on the battlefield will be behind him once my tools have done their work. Thank you for allowing me this chance to talk so frankly, and for all the pyrotechnics and whatnot, of course. Well then, shall we be heading back? I'm sure your comrade Iliette is in want of a report about now. I'm just gonna watch him walk away. Okay. Fine. Since we're in the car, we'll just fly back. I was thinking about teleporting back. But the car's pretty quick and the music's very chill. Also feels very appropriate. Yeah, I guess we'll start here with turning in. Contingent Scout. You've flown through the skies above Garlemald and lived to tell the tale. How's the Imperial pilot? Can't imagine how difficult it must be to look down on such wreckage and know that it was once your home, but I'm sure your presence was a comfort to him. will take a great deal of hard work and elbow grease to see the city restored, but I've all the faith in the world that we can see it done. I only hope that our efforts here can bring about an alliance between our realms. Ooh, what do we get? King crab cake! That sounds fucking amazing. Tender, spiny crab meat fills this crispy fried pastry, which is topped with a spoonful of creamy, herb-filled sauce. Oh my god, that sounds so good, and I'm not even hungry right now. I'll be back for you. That's the sound of little Namazu feet. Alright, Elliot.
I see you are still in possession of a full set of limbs, which can only mean the hunt was a success. Truth be told, I heard from others in the field that the bear you encountered was rather more lively than we'd anticipated, and a fair bit bigger. What? You felled that brute all by yourself? Most impressive, though it would appear that the sleeping potion provided by Lord Amaneon was considerably less effective than he'd led us to believe.
Why did Amaneon have sleeping potion?
As he tells it, he adopted this approach after incurring the wrath of his lord father for his inability to master more sporting methods. He spoke of his exploits with some pride, despite the tales hardly painting him in a favorable light.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Still, in our present situation, we must forego the thrill of the hunt and select the means that present the surest route to success, underhanded though they may be. Regrettably, the bears of this region are entirely immune to the formula, or perhaps there was something wrong with it to begin with. In any case, no harm done, eh? To you, I mean, not the bears, obviously.
Okay.
There you are, Kirameki. I've already received word from our friend the engineer. He was rather fulsome in his praise of you, I must say. You are a credit to the cause. There was a lightness about him, one I hadn't seen when first he spoke to me. It was as if a weight had fallen clean off his shoulders. As a member of the Imperial Army, he is no doubt conflicted about this state of affairs. Perhaps speaking with you helped him gain a bit of perspective on the whole thing. Who knows? At any rate, allow me to thank you for your work today. We couldn't have done it without you.
I'll take that. Do the others have anything to share? Yep. They all got a little bit of stuff. Yes, that will do nicely. What's more, the Temple Knights, Maelstrom, and Alamegan Resistance had a fair few useful supplies of their own, so my list of creature comforts is a lot longer than I was expecting. In all honesty, I was worried that taking in all those Imperials might put everyone, including them, in a very unfavorable position. Even those of us most committed to the cause might find it hard to put the needs of our former enemies before those of our sworn comrades. A valid point, perhaps, until you stop to consider the terrible fate that has befallen Garlemald. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. In any case, they're the reason we're here in the first place, so it's our duty to lend them what aid we can. Listen to me ramble on. Anyway, for your part in making our lives a little more bearable, please accept this as a token of my gratitude. Give me that sweet, sweet EXP. Ooh, and a necklace. 525. Do I need that? I, in fact, do not. But thanks! Sir, let me just walk in the middle of this fight. No big deal. Hunter has delivered word to me already of his plans to deal with our Yeti troubles. How clever a stratagem he's hit upon. If only the method weren't quite so macabre, shall we say? Almost surreal to consider that our whilom foes now aid us in our survival. Today has proven to me that we really can bridge the divide that once separated us from them, and all it takes is for us to simply reach out and offer a hand in friendship. I should like very much for this newfound partnership to continue. So the Garlane... Okay, so the thing is, the Garlanes we encountered in Alamigo were all pretty much racist douchebags. And even in Doma, they looked down on us a lot. So I'm like, Maybe it's just certain legions that are dicks. You know? 'Cause before now, all the Garleans being counted were like, oh, you all are a bunch of barbarians. But then over here, they're kind of like, well, you're barbarians, but also we're doing this for peace. And it's like, interesting. Oh, I guess we're going this way. I was gonna go that way, but we already walked this way because it was forward. Doesn't matter. June, hello. Heroes all. With treatment of the tempered continuing apace, who will care for the carers? Could you spare a few moments to assist me? Sure, why not? The situation's rather dire, I'm afraid. Even now our healers continue to treat the Imperial troops encountered on the Magna Glacius, and prolonged use of curative magics has pushed them beyond their limits. To make matters worse, spending so much time around the tempered, with all the raving and thrashing about, takes its toll on the carers. I dare say a few words of encouragement from the champion of Eorzea will help raise their spirits. I also have a few bottles of ether to alleviate their fatigue. Would you mind distributing these among the healers? Sure, I'll do that. Sir Rimelnode? Wait, hold on, let's talk to the other guy first. Hold on, hang on. Now that Rimelnode knows I'm worthy of his trust, we need only prove it to his superiors. I don't remember what's going on with these two. Can't broken engines. Rimelnode perhaps requires some thawing. Ere you become more excited, will you indeed require additional parts to perform your repairs? Uh-oh. Emergency maintenance in half an hour. And Limsa Lamisa upper decks, lower decks, Old Gridania, Old Steps of Thal, Old Steps of Nald. Woolsden Pier. Why not New Gridania? Woolsden, Gold Saucer, Western Than, Eastern Than, and Churning Miss? Jesus Christ. Good thing we're not in any of those areas. Okay, hold on. I need to blow my nose really quick. Sorry. It's really interesting that they can just do maintenance on specific maps. Like, huh, that's different. Okay. I cannot say I spotted any likely spares while setting up the camp. Ha, it's so good to have a quick-thinking machinist like yourself on my side. No amount of flattery will convince me to take you to my superiors, or we have physical proof of your good intentions. Now, focus, please. Are spare parts required? Yes or no? Yes, you're awfully tense about the shoulders. Did you know that? I will be needing a replacement carburetor for one of the engines. Fortunately, the same sort of engines were in use at the monitoring station G, last I checked. We ought to be able to find what we need there. After I've swapped out the faulty part and made my other repairs, I'll warm the engines up properly. That should clear any ceruleum residue and allow them to run at full capacity once more. With that in mind, I want to start taking things apart. Can you fetch the carburetor for me? Do you even know what a carburetor is? I most certainly can tell you that I do not. She's a bona fide hero, you know. You can't just ask her to do your bidding, and rudely at that. I'm totally cool with it. No idea, but leave it to me. I'm used to being ordered around. It's fine, I got this. He seems like a nice kid. If you're certain, you will need to look for a sort of tube connected to a ceruleum engine's core. Many Magitek devices utilize them. No, it's carburetor. Carburetor! Never fear, I shall keep an eye on Appius. You do that, buddy. Oh. I guess one of the quests is inside. Hold up. That makes it easier. Now I can see what I'm doing. Oh, I could just go that way. It's fine.
A member of the Immortal Flames is looking for a hero brave enough to wield a mighty weapon and fell a colossus.
Put your plasma where your mouth is. If it isn't Captain Parfait, your timing is fortuitous. There's a request I would make of you, one on the more perilous side. Okay. Sure, what is it? As you know, we are working day and night to escort the city's residents to safety. Unfortunately, some Magitek colossi seek to undermine our efforts, but to directly engage them would result in catastrophic collateral damage. Luckily, it need not come to that. Garland Ironworks has a product known as Magitek Plasma Cannon. That means nothing to me, I confess, but word is this creation of theirs is capable of stopping a war machine dead in its tracks. Sounds too good to be true, I know. Well, here's the rub. This silver bullet is a damned costly thing to develop, and they don't want just anyone handling it. Sid put your name forward, though. He thought you would acquit yourself well of this task. Yo, I love blowing things up. I know it's a deal to ask, but should you decide to aid us in our efforts, we will be waiting near the station. See you there!
Ambagai?
Staying hydrated is hard. Under lock and code. Ambagai has need of your ability to solve problems, or rather your ability to help others solve problems. I beg your pardon, but I hear you're a woman of the world. We have a slight problem, and your knowledge might help us solve it. Actually, they came to me first, but when it comes to anything other than the martial arts, I'm unable to provide much in the way of assistance. I did, however, offer to find someone who can, so hopefully I may yet make myself useful. A man of the Maelstrom is over by the storeroom, no doubt scratching his head as we speak. I'm sure he'd benefit from your wisdom. I imagine the fellow is still where I saw him last. He seemed determined not to give up until he'd exhausted every possibility. Alright, we can pick up one more. I choose you, Talon. Oh my god, you got two? Oh, too bad, we're just gonna do one. Scouting for scouts. Scouts must excel in keeping themselves hidden, but when even their own comrades cannot locate them, there's surely trouble afoot. Please, a moment of your time. What is it? A friend who was sent out on reconnaissance has been gone far too long, and she's not responding to her link pearl. Will you help me look for her? Sure. I knew you would. Let's split up. I'll search around the camp while you head for the lake. I just wanted to talk to you. It's fine. Weary mole healer. Warming ether produces a warming sensation upon consumption, thanks to a few special ingredients, which may or may not include fearsomely strong cider. Ah, booze. Got it. Oh, I've seen you before. You fought bravely at the Nadam, as I recall. And you come bearing gifts? Yeah, this should keep you warm. And make you feel better. Yes, treating the tempered is a lot harder than I'd imagined. Before we came here, I'd only heard rumors of the condition. But to see it with my own eyes? No one deserves that. No one. That's why the work we do is so important. Once I finished resting, as I was ordered, I shall return to the patients. I thank you for your kindness. This ether tastes quite good. Sorry, this ether tastes quite good, and even a few sips seems to have worked wonders. Fatigued conjurer. Am I ever glad to be stationed so close to the campfire? Good for you, little potato. Yeah, some warming ether. The Warrior of Light? It's an honor to meet you. Oh, I'm just doing my job is all. No need to thank me. Well, truth be told, it's beginning to wear on me, bit by bit. I once lost a friend to tempering, and every time we managed to cure one of the afflicted, reminded of those we couldn't save. If only we'd had a way of treating them before they were... No, I mustn't let such thoughts cloud my mind. And we're all very grateful for the work of the Scions in creating this treatment. For my part, I'll do everything in my power to save as many lives as possible.
Gods only know how many more tempered need curing. We'll do what we can. I just pray it's enough.
Where is the last guy? Are you... Really? You went so far? Hello, despondent conjurer.
Sorry, I was a bit distracted. You wouldn't believe some of the things I've seen. Those poor bastards calling out to Varys for salvation, wailing out anthems praising the Empire. And then there's the screaming. Gods, I can still hear them. But I mustn't let that stop me from fulfilling my duty. I'll fill my ears with wax if I have to. And once I get this ether down my neck, I'll return to my post. The stuff seems to be doing the trick, and it's even taking the edge off the cold.
Glad to be of service. Okay, I have a plan. Let's do this first. Perpetually perturbed Maelstrom officer. I was told someone would come to help, but I never thought it would be you. Well, now that you're here, I'd like you to take a look at this container we recovered from the Magna Glacius. It was one of several, in fact, and though we've succeeded in cracking the others open, this stubborn bugger refuses to yield. All I know is a 4-letter password is needed to unlock it. What might that be? I haven't the foggiest idea. There might be someone around here who either knows what it is or can point us in the right direction. Could you try asking around for me? It's only 4 letters. How many possible combinations is that? Oh, Lord. Okay. Let me turn this in real quick so I can grab that other one from that one dude. From Talon.
You finished your rounds then. Did the healers have anything to share?
Well, tempering is taking a toll, but they want to keep working.
It's worse than I thought. Even the tempered we'd seen in our homelands did little to prepare us for the sheer numbers we've encountered here. Curing them all may appear to be an insurmountable task, but we must try. That's why maintaining morale and the well-being of our healers is so important, and you've made a valuable contribution. I'd like you to have this by way of thanks.
Meat kebabs! Gotta love me a good meat kebab.
When the sky finally cleared, we knew at once that catastrophe threatening the star had been averted. Although our work here is far from over, we now have hope. Hope for Garlemald, hope for us all.
Alicia? Hi, you know anything about a Garlean crate and how to crack it open? Sorry, I don't know the exact code, but given the container belonged to the 3rd Legion, perhaps the password has some sort of significance to them? I mean, that's a pretty good hint. I don't remember my Garlemald lore, though. Hey, Talon, give me your other quest. A place of greater safety. Talon has received word from a comrade in dire straits somewhere in the city. Captain Parfait, we've received a rather urgent call for assistance only moments ago. One of our finest located a civilian and meant to lead them to safety, but was waylaid. Magitek ordnance set upon them, and our comrade was wounded in the barrage. I shouldn't prattle on any longer. This is their most desperate hour and are in need of urgent help. That just sounds weird to me, that sentence. The city streets can be treacherous to the inexperienced, which is why I would ask that you undertake this task. Can they count on your assistance? Yeah, sure. I got this. I got this! Excellent. Seek out our man in Regio Urbanissima and provide him with this tincture. That ought to set him on his feet again, and with any luck grant him enough strength to get both himself and that civilian back here. If this doesn't work, we'll have to cast the net a bit wider. What was the other one? Looking for a wounded scout. Do hurry. From what we can tell, he's in grave danger. I guess we should go to this one first. Ooh, a third Legion Decurion. Perfect. Hi, what's important to you? We got a crate that supposedly belongs to the 3rd Legion. I need to know the password. Container? Sorry, I've never had much to do with them. Damn it. But if you're after clues that could lead you to the password, a little background information on the 3rd Legion might be of use. It was formed in the first year of Emperor Solus's reign and spent the first few decades engaged in campaigns across the Northern Territories. In the 42nd year, for its exemplary service to the Empire, it was assigned a new role, the protection of the capital, a far more prestigious position. Interesting. Oh, have you already forgotten what I said? Very well, I'll tell you again. The 3rd Legion was formed in the first year of the Empire. They were later charged with the protection of the capital in the 42nd year. That's all I can think of for now, but I'll let you know if anything else occurs to me. None of that's 4 letters, though. Actually, maybe 42nd? 42ND? Hey, Wilhelm, you know anything about a crate that belongs to 3rd Legion? I understand it's common for people to choose dates and so forth of special importance as their password. As for the members of the 3rd, nothing springs to mind. Perhaps an anniversary or something along those lines? I'm gonna guess it's 42nd then. I have a feeling it's an anniversary or some such, but it could be anything. 42nd is probably the password. Hello, perpetually perturbed maelstrom officer. If this belonged to the 3rd Legion, they'd be the ones to pick the password, most likely to make it easy to remember. That information we got about the history of the Legion might be a lead worth following, but we've no way of entering numbers, only letters. What?! Wait, that's it! Garland numerals! Let's see. If 3 is written as III, then... If I take 42... Hold on. XLII? Is that right? Worth a try, I suppose. Yo, I got no idea. I don't know my Roman numerals. Leave me alone. It worked! Haha! Now to inspect our treasure. What the bloody hell is this? A flag? Why would they bother keeping a thing like this locked away? Well, I'll not pretend I understand their ways. Let's just assume they have a good reason for treating a bit of cloth with such reverence. Probably best to leave it here undisturbed, as I've no intention of offending anyone. Can I ask you to pass on word of what we found? Oh, and thanks for your help. We'll get to that, but later. Let's go grab the other quest, or do the other quest first. Hold on, what's going on Discord? What? Oh. I don't know. Wounded contingents out an injured civilian. I got you guys. Oh wait, hold on, where's my bird? Help! The quality of life changes to Dragoon have been very nice. Like, there's no timer on this! I can keep my eyeball forever! Although I do miss my blue swirly swirls. Hello, injured civilian. Wounded contingent scout? Thank goodness you're here! Never mind me, this man is in desperate need of aid! aid the injured civilian. I thought he could use my help, so I called out to him, but he soon bolted in fear. That's when one of these fiends appeared out of nowhere and pounced on him. Although I rushed to fend it off, it had already signaled to its packmates. Then just as they had me on the back foot, you arrived. I would have called for assistance if my hands weren't already full, but thanks to your timely intervention, I can finally send for troops to take this poor fellow to safety. I'll move him to a more secure location until our comrades get there. While you and I are both perfectly capable of conveying the situation via link pearl, perhaps it would set their minds at ease if you could also speak to them in person. Once he's caught his breath, I'll get him out into the open. I'm sure there's a good hiding place nearby. Probably. Alright, well, how do we want to do this? I guess we're gonna go... here. Where's the carburetor thing? Oh, I passed it! Oh, son of a... I'm like, shouldn't that be around here? It is. I'm just stupid and I missed it. This so-called carburetor appears to have seen better days. Perhaps another cerulean engine is a nicer one. I've seen better days. Oh, this is a long one. This better be the right one. This carburetor appears to be intact. Appius will know for certain. Nice. They are... hold on. No, sorry, I just Woolsden relaying info to my people. Oh god, the horrible squeaky noises! It sounds terrible. Who did this? Oh god. It's so gross. Ugh. Immortal Flame Delegate. Hello, sir. Your assistance is greatly appreciated, ma'am. I will distract the Colossi, allowing you ample time to take aim with your newly appointed weapon. If the engineers are to be believed, scoring a direct hit will send a powerful current through the giant systems and ultimately disable it. Ooh, that sounds fun. I will draw those menacing machines towards me. While they're distracted, use this new weapon of yours and make them regret interfering with our cause. Yo, I love shooting things. Search your surroundings for the Magitek Colossi. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out, target the machina, and disable it with left click. I love these types. I love doing this. The Colossi approach. Be warned that should the Immortal Flame Delegate retreat, your mission will be judged a failure. Don't let them get to him. Strike the Magitek Colossi with your new weapon to silence them for good. These are my favorite. Pew! 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 Nice. That shit's fun. I love doing that. That was cool. Excellent shooting, Kirameki. Now that those wretched machina have been now that those wretched machina have been dispatched, we will be able to deliver the citizens to safety. Before I return to the station to join the escort, I shall send word to Camp Broken Glass of your success. My superior officer, Ambagai, will await you with your reward. I'll make sure of it. He's in charge? That's very cool. He was the guy who's like, look, I only know how to fight. I don't know how to help other people. And then he sent us on the crate thing. So neat. Don't look at my butt. Don't look at my butt. Up. Up. What are we looking for? I don't remember what we're doing here. Oh. Right, injured dude. And a fleeing citizen.
Forgive me. This is all my fault. If only I'd noticed them sooner.
Potent tincture, a military-grade filter with some uncommon restorative properties. I cannot thank you enough. I would surely have succumbed to my injuries had you not come along. You see, a nightmare of a war machinist set upon us, out of nowhere, and my medical supplies were destroyed in the opening volley. I took a rather nasty hit myself, but it would have been a lot worse if this kind lady had not noticed the enemy approaching. I owe her my life.
It was nothing compared to the bravery you showed in rescuing me. If not for you, No, I shan't speak of it. It's too grisly a thought to put into words.
You've nothing to worry about now, I assure you. Please, allow me to escort you to Camp Broken Glass. Food and succor await. Join us, will you, Kitameki? The soldier who sent you here must be eager to hear of your exploits. Yeah, I'll be there. I'll fly over. I'll meet you there. See you later. And yet, somehow, they always get back before me. I did nothing to earn this doggo, because I got it during the Mog Tomes. Because I was like, man, I don't want to farm Shinju. That fight's really hard, even if you underman it. Like, with 8 people, but, like, not capped. Unsync it. Yeah, even if you unsync it. That fight's hard. Hey, look, they beat me here. What a quinky dink.
We owe you our lives, truly.
I cannot thank you enough. We would not have made it back without you. Scouting for scouts. Gods be good! I'll dispatch troops at once. We're lucky you got there when you did, though I wonder what drew that civilian to such a dangerous place to begin with. Perhaps he was in search of supplies? I doubt he'd find much food in that particular area, so it must have been fuel he was after. If I were him, I'd try that enormous extraction facility on the lake, but it sounds like he was hoping to get ceruleum from the water itself. Seems like a tricky task at the best of times, although I expect the folks around those parts have their methods. If so, they could probably stay holed up for months on end, providing there's enough food to go around. Well, the main thing is that he and my friend are no longer in any danger. I see now that you're every bit the hero people say you are. Not that I ever doubted it. Thanks. Appreciate the EXP. It's good to see you among us again. Among us. Though I admit you're a little banged up from the escapade, you seem in better health than I had expected. When I first heard of your distress call, I feared we had lost you. And you would have if it weren't for this woman's bravery and keen eyes. She warned me of the coming attack, granting me the wherewithal to avoid any fatal injuries.
I hardly did anything. I merely noticed something large moving about in the shadows of some debris. It must have been because of this third eye of mine.
So it's true what they say. The Garlanes really do have heightened awareness. But where are my manners? You've had quite the trying day already. let us find you some food and a place where you might be able to relax. And off they go. Ah, before you go, I would like to extend my gratitude to you as well, Captain Parfait. Your expediency proved to be their saving grace this day. Ooh, what do we get? Glory be soup! Oh my god. This stew, consisting of lentils and chestnuts boiled in red wine, derives its name from Garlean soldiers singing the praises of Emperor Solus, who shared a warm meal with them after a round of military exercises one chilly night. Aww. Emmett. How nice of you. That's only nice because we know it was Emmett. Emmett Sulk. Hades. After everything we've seen, everything we've lived through, finally it feels as though our efforts are being rewarded. Soon we'll be able to work alongside the people of Garlemald to build anew. There's no telling what the future will hold, but I know it'll be bright indeed. Put your plasma where your mouth is. Good to have you among us again, among us, Kitameki. I've heard of your triumph in taking down this behemoth war machina, and have prepared you a reward commensurate with your efforts. Oh my god, language. And have prepared you a reward commensurate with your efforts. It just sounds weird. That piece of artillery proved as effective as Garland Ironworks intimated? What? But such is to be expected. Their craftsmanship is well renowned, and their latest efforts redound to their credit. Who's making this words for this dude? Why not speak simple? Alas, we were told not to expect more of its type, at least anytime soon. According to a letter we received, its crafting was only made possible through the work of a rather ambitious employee and a mountain of gil. Production of it on a large scale will prove impossible. Is this something that Wedge made? Expenses notwithstanding, you were able to wield this foreign ordnance with a great aplomb. Though it is but a trifle compared to the valor shown, I offer you this as a show of gratitude. It's just so unnatural that, because there's so many, like, uncommon words in there, I'm just like, what? Uka, a fish and vegetable stew popular in Garlemald. The perfect meal for a snowy night spent indoors. Ooh, that's nice. So, has the investigation finally reached its conclusion? Oh wait, he was a little more down in his tone when we initially read him. Garlean flag. It would be wise to treat it with respect. The chain it bears represents the unity between the people of the Empire. A unity that is all but lost. Yeah, there we go. That's the voice. Sorry, I forgot. To think this banner would be locked away rather than raised proudly. A relic of Garlemald's past. Though they have long been our enemies, to see its people brought so low, Forgive me, I have spoken overmuch. Though the search did not uncover any resources to speak of, at least the mystery of the locked container can be laid to rest. You have our thanks. I'll take the EXP. I don't need your thanks. I mean, I appreciate it, but I'm good with just the EXP. Don't worry about it. Never fear. I shall keep an eye on Appius. And not a moment too soon. Were you able to find an intact carburetor? A key component in any ceruleum engine that works properly. Here you go. This will do it. Now Ramonlo and I can finish fixing up those engines in no time at all. Ooh, that's a nice sound. Happy music. Happy science music. There, everything's in order. These should be much more efficient, and you'll notice they've stopped making strange and ominous noises. Yo, I didn't hear a damn thing, because I wasn't really here. Anyway, must say, I'm taken aback by your abundance of skill. Allow me to thank you on behalf of everyone here at Camp Broken Glass. Oh, the pleasure's all mine. Happy to be of service. You do seem genuine about that. Tell me, do you have some sort of connection to Camp Broken Glass? In a way, I hail from Laterum as it happens. It was a village here, precisely where your camp is now. It acted as a checkpoint for those visiting the capital, but was also home to the Riggs' workers and our families. Obviously, much has happened since last I could call this place home, but in my heart of hearts, it always will be. I must apologize. We're effectively occupying your home, yet place the full burden of proving good faith in our dealings upon you. Oh no, I couldn't blame you for that. We hardly had a viable alternative to abandoning Laterum, knowing we could never defend ourselves against wandering bands of maddened soldiers, but that reality is no more your fault than ours. Even if you vacated right this instant, I doubt many of us would return. We simply don't have the resources. Until the Jaturna Platform G is back in working order, that is. Truth be told, your presence here is what has made me daring to hope. If you agree to help me now, there may come a day when the other survivors and I can come home. Fury above. I certainly can't turn you away now, and you've proven yourself with your work to this day. I have no lingering qualms about approaching my superiors with your proposal. Truly? Oh, I could kiss you! I don't know about that, buddy. That was the emotion he was conveying there. This is a cute duo. This will be fun. I hope there's more to this quest. More? Yeah! Awesome. More to this chain. Perhaps I should temper my expectations, or is it better to remain positive? Quick, tell me what face better endears you to my cause. Operation Reactivation. Rimanol is now surprisingly keen to get the platform up and running. If there are no objections, I will speak to the quartermaster about getting the necessary men and supplies for this operation straight away. He's stationed just over there in the pavilion. Could I trouble you to accompany me? It might help if another can testify to Appius' sincerity and competence. Great idea! What are we waiting for? One would think you didn't have a care in the world. Let us pray that Estelo is amused rather than irritated. You silly elves. I might as well talk to you since I'm here. Whew! My nerves are really setting in now. This is the quartermaster, Estelo. Have you two not met? I'm pretty sure I've talked to you. Ah, Riminol. I see you've brought Mistress Parfait and... Is that the envoy from Tapper's Den? Yes. You see, sir, it all began with Appius here. I'm telling you all about the situation and shenanigans we just did to get that cerulean furnace thingy up and more efficient. I see. It would certainly be a boon to us if the platform was restored to working order. No doubt. So you agree to help? On one condition. You must first confirm the platform can be reactivated. We aren't blessed with a surfeit of personnel and resources, you know. Thus, are reaching out to the tappers to begin with. We cannot waste time and manpower on operations with little chance of success. Rimano, you are tasked with assessing the current state of Jaturna Platform G, as well as the precise resources we would need to commit to reactivating it. I shall make my final decision on how to proceed only once I am fully abreast of the situation. Yes, sir. In that case, Kitameki and I will accompany you. I guess I'm being voluntold, but sure, yeah, I'll go. I'm in on this ride for this ship here. This is a fun little friendship that I want to watch. You really ought to stop making decisions on Kitameki's behalf, but I would be glad for the company. Meet us at Jaturna Platform G, if you would. Appius can help me carry the equipment. See you there! If it can be reactivated, that platform will play a key role in restoring these lands to their former habitability. I pray you return with good tidings. I know words. Kochacha! Ordnance Cleanup Committee. Many in the Ilsbard contingent have been complaining of Imperials discarding perfectly good weaponry throughout the city.
Kinameki, may I bother you a moment? I trust word has already reached you regarding the reclamation of the discarded weaponry.
What? No?
No? Truly? Then it's good you found me. As you are well aware, in accordance with the truce, the First Legion has laid down its arms. Unfortunately, its soldiers laid down those arms wherever they pleased, and now they're scattered all over the city. Should you stumble upon, or more likely trip upon, any of this aforementioned Imperial weaponry, we ask that you reclaim it and return it to us post-haste. Please gather up anything even vaguely useful looking, though you can probably draw the line at a plank with a nail through it. We already have enough of those.
Proper weapons, got it.
No doubt the city streets are a treasure trove of violent odds and ends. This was a war zone, let us not forget.
Yep. Yep. Fretting girl. And a panicking lullaby. I don't remember what's going on here.
My mother, she...
Makago no Kago. Mama, she's in rubble deep. Storm Sergeant Makago no Kago looks at you beseechingly as he winces against the child's shrill sobbing. Oh, this poor little potato's like, oh god, it's a crying child, what do I do? Please, a moment of your time! This poor girl, she has come all the way from the seat of the Empire. Alone, it would seem. I meant to ask her what troubled her, but she can't catch her breath for all her tears, let alone speak. I'm not accustomed to children and their handling. I can never say the right thing. But perhaps you will have more success in calming her than I. Could you try to soothe whatever sorrow plagues her? I meant only to ask what troubled that poor girl, but she can hardly string two words together from her bawling. Perhaps if you were to soothe her in some manner, she would tell us. I'm sure that's on here. Yeah, here we go. Right. Bird, get out of the way. Now, everything's fine.
Thank you. I feel a bit better now.
What's wrong, little girl?
What am I doing here? Well, Mom said we might find some food at your camp. But on our way here, one of the buildings started to crumble and a big bit of the wall hit my mom. And she's still trapped under it. I tried to pull her out, but please, she needs help.
My word! You needn't worry, little one. Help is on the way. Kitameki, follow her to her mother. See if there's aught to be done. I will round up a few soldiers to assist you, just in case. Oh, don't make me actually follow her. Speak with the girl, follow her lead, and save the trapped woman. Okay, let me go pick up this other quest first. I'll be back for you. Lord. Okay. Menuki! Menuki's worried expression rather spoils his otherwise formidable appearance. I have a question. Do I look imposing? Intimidating, perhaps? You just look like an aura. Sorry, you must think it strange I would ask such a thing. The truth is, I encountered a boy near one of the storerooms, and when I called out to him, he ran away at the sight of me. I was only trying to lend a helping hand. I mean, I guess if you've never seen an aura before, you're just like, oh shit, demon with horns, ah! Later on, I learned that the place was used as a granary, so the lad was most likely searching for food. Now, thanks to me scaring him off, he probably had to go hungry. I couldn't live with myself if he starved because of me, though I fear he'd only run off if I tried to approach him. I wonder, perhaps he wouldn't mind going in my stead? Yeah, this totally pointy spear on my back isn't gonna scare him off. It's fine. Here, you might find him more easily with this telescope. May the kami guide you. If you have the chance, please tell him I mean no harm. Okay, let's go follow the little girl. Alright, little girl, I'm ready to help you. Let's do this. Actually, wait, hold on, I'm gonna drink some water.
You mean it? You're really gonna help me? She's just over this way, quickly.
Follow the little girl and try not to fall behind. If you fall too far behind, speak with her again. Just straight following is fine. Trying to hide from them, that shit's annoying. I don't mind escorting, I mind stalking.
Mom, I'm coming!
That's a bear. Are you sure you want to run this way? About a little farther away from that bear?
Mom, I'm coming!
Where are we going?
Please, we have to hurry.
Look, you're running slower than I am. I'm like going back and forth because you little kid with short legs. Oh, son of a...
She's just a little further.
Go away, doggos. I ain't here to play with you. Auto run while I stretch. Okay. Oh, that is indeed a trapped woman under Abu's rubble. Oh, your poor leg.
Please help my mother.
I got you. I'll help you out of this rubble.
Such strength. Was that some sort of magic? Forgive me. I'd begun to panic, thinking I'd be trapped forever. Thanks to you, I can walk away with my life intact. I'm so proud of you, my little soldier. How brave you were to seek help as you did. You must have been so scared. I was, but that's when I meant this real little soldier. Littler than me, even. And he asked this nice lady to help us. So that's what happened. We were at the station when they announced the truce, so I know that we're no longer at odds, but even so, I imagine it's difficult for some of you to see us as anything more than the enemy. Your contingent is kind indeed to take us in as you have. It is more than I expected, to be sure. I was prepared for something of a fight, in fact. But so long as my sweet one depends on me, nothing shall stop me from making sure she's safe. We are survivors, come what may. We'll set out for your camp once more. Farewell, ma'am. You've my most heartfelt gratitude. And before I go, do give my thanks to that warrior my daughter spoke of, should you see him again.
Oh yeah, he's just there at the camp. It's fine. You guys should go say hi to him too. That'd be great. He'll appreciate it. No. Go here, here, here. Pick that up and then go over here. Discarded weapon. Perfect. Look at all this stuff. Why would you guys just leave this here? Silly kids. That search area is a lot smaller than I thought it was. Oh, here we go. Yep. Bird, please, bird! Don't look at me, don't perceive me. Bird! Should be uno mas. Oh, here we go. Cool. Got a whole bunch of stuff. Be someone around here. Oh. Shiny thing. Got it. Oh, right. Telescoping boy. Got it. Got it. I forgot. I was like, what are we doing here? Forthright local boy. He's not that young. I guess he's like a teen. I was expecting like a small kid. You spot the boy carrying a crate in the direction of Liminal Station 4. Okay. We'll go bomb, bomb, bomb. Don't look at my butt. Hey, commissary officer. Armored up, the commissary officer is pleased to see you willing to help once more. So you found it within your heart to help an old friend once again, eh? Rest assured I won't soon forget your generosity. Now, on to the matter at hand. I don't even remember what you look like. The people here have told me about the Magitek weaponry stalking the frozen tundra. With no pilots to guide them, they unleash their fury upon whosoever is unfortunate enough to cross their path. Several of the refugees attempted to combat the threat using a few abandoned suits of Magitek armor, but they were soon overwhelmed. It's not often you see Magitek turn on Magitek, but not much surprises me these days. Luckily, no one was killed during that incident, but the mindless machines are still out there, primed and ready for their next target. That's where you come in. The stories say you're a demon in Magitek armor, and I reckon you'd reduce those things into piles of scrap before I even felt the chill in my fingertips. Yo, I'm down for this. Like I said before, I'd do it myself, but seeing as how I've never even ridden in a suit of armor, I'd just be buying myself a ticket to an early grave. Rest assured, however, that I'll do my best to learn from your example. Anyway, there's a suit waiting for us outside. I'll go ahead and ready it for you. Don't leave me waiting out in the cold for too long. Piloting Magitek. I love piloting Magitek. You are quite far away, though. Well, she's ready as she'll ever be. I don't think I need to tell you this, but make sure not to bring those things near the cave. I'll stand watch from here to make sure all goes to plan, and stay safe out there, friend. Oh my god, it has no effect on you, stupid. Just gotta run away and hope you don't kill me. We good? Oh, more! More! Oh my gosh. Gotta go all the way over there. Can't even fly? What is this? Should let the ironworks spruce this thing up for you. We're almost there. Nice. Easy breezy. Can I get out now? Maybe we'll do this one first. Actually, no, we'll do this. I'm indecisive, okay? Forthright local boy. What do you want? Oh, sorry. I forgot you're not that young. You're just a youth. What do you want? Are you trying to get some food? Because they would have just given it to you. Saw me, did you? So what? I didn't do anything wrong. Finders keepers. And this food ain't just for me. The others need it too. I know you're just trying to help, but we can look after ourselves. If your friend's worried about us, tell him we'll be alright. Until this food runs out anyway. You know we'll just give you food if you ask, right? What? No, I don't need help carrying it. Just having a rest, that's all. Okay. See you later. Shaturna, Platform G. That's where we're going, right? That's the name of this thing in the corner. Cerulean Ingans. Lower? Not even a sightseeing point up here, maybe? No? Boo. Boo! Oh, there's one. Nice. Heck yeah, free XP. Now let's jump down all reckless like, woo! Crunch. This is an Imperial facility, to be sure. Gosh, if you ask me. Ah, I do so miss the days when we had a full crew. Pumping and tinkering and operating heavy machinery on too little sleep. Whoa! Dangerous, buddy. As much as I would like to know what in the hell's you're on about, we have no time to be revisiting old memories. We're here for one reason, and one reason only. I know. At least the exterior seems unharmed. I'll head inside and have a look around. Can you two stay here and make sure nothing large and hungry is waiting for me when I come back? That sounds reasonable. Kurameki, let us keep our wits about us. Sure. Excellent. I'll see you both in a bit. Not exactly warm out here, is it? Nevertheless, we must stay focused. Waiting around. Everything good in there? Ah, Happius. How did it look? The equipment appears undamaged, though temperatures are so low that we'll need to be careful about how we turn everything on again. It's just... What? Is there another issue? In a word, yes. I couldn't find the identification key. Without it, there's no way to activate the platform, even if it were in pristine condition. And why exactly was it designed with such an obvious flaw? Flaw? Shaturna Platform G is the capital's main supplier of ceruleum. It wouldn't do if anyone could turn it off and on, now would it? The key is always kept secure, and there are only two people able to open the container it's usually stored in. Myself and Chief Frontinus? I don't know. Names are hard. I haven't seen him since this blasted war began. But I can only imagine he's out there somewhere, key in hand. You think he took it? Which means he avoided being tempered. Because if he was tempered, he would have just left everything there. I've never met anyone quite as loyal to the Empire's chief or Frontinus. He probably took the key to stop anyone from misusing the platform. Then I'd say he's succeeded in his aim. It stayed dormant this whole time and out of the hands of the warring factions. Indeed. Now we just need to find out where he is. I'm sorry for wasting your time. There's no way we can get this place up and running without that key. Don't tell me you're going to give up, just like that. Let's find another way to activate it. No, not after I found a carburetor for you, you don't. That's the one. You're not giving up. I suppose you're right. With the three of us together, surely we can think of something. I'm enjoying this chain. I appreciate your optimism, but how are we going to solve this problem? Rimilno has precisely one solution in mind, which is notably better than zero. Energy for all. Ooh, we get to choose food? Dude, how can I not take king crab cake? Although Mika Bob's really the thing I should be taking, but dude, king crab cake. Is there really no way to bypass the mechanism that the identification key interacts with? What exactly do you mean? I work at the manufactory in Ishgard. I once watched my superior, as is his way, dismantle the Magitek armament and put it back together again. He succeeded in bypassing the verification mechanism required to activate the machine by rewiring it. I was wondering if something similar wouldn't be possible with the platform. We're gonna hotwire a whole platform? That's cool. That's something a second-rate thief would do! Well, beggars can't be choosers. Save your chief engineer appearing out of the thin air. It's likely your only option. You've got a point there. And far be it from me to turn down a proposal from an esteemed colleague. I'm so glad to have you at my disposal. That's the spirit, I suppose. I shall return to camp to inform the quartermaster of our plan. He should be willing to spare an external power source and a few other tools if I vow to return them soon. Perhaps even some extra pairs of hands. That leaves me to open up the control panel and rearrange a few things before Rilmanol returns. In the meantime, I'd thank you to keep an eye out for anything that might eat him on the way back. There were never so many beasts around before, but they must have gotten comfortable without us traipsing back and forth across the ice. A little too comfortable, if you ask me. You gonna be okay in there by yourself? Alright, whatever. Yuki Noko. Snjolvik. Oops. Easy peasy. Appius, hello. Done all I can for now. I even caught the end of your battle with those creatures. Spectacular. Ready to work, I hope? Of course! All that's left is engage in a bit of Ishgardian skullduggery. That's a little rude, but okay. Not sure I care for that turn of phrase, but very well. We'll attach the power devices, which should allow you to utilize the control panel. Thrilling! This place will be up and running before you know it. Just stand back and watch the master at work. Why has it got ominous music? I have some concerns. It worked! Yeah, oh, sorry. It worked! Yes? You bet it did! There's life in the old girl yet! Great. Glad to hear it. Of course, there's still a lot of work to be done to get it ready to extract and refine ceruleum, but we're off to an excellent start. Which means Garlemald just took its first steps on the road to recovery. I cannot thank you both enough. Pleased to help you. Nice. Are we gonna run into the foreman? Is he gonna, like, come over and be like, yo, what the fuck? I turned that thing off. Weren't you supposed to have a key, so what happened to it? I'll be feeling the thrill for days. Fortune of mine to have such brilliant new friends. I'm pleased that this plan was a success after all. I appreciate your seeing it through to the end. We can leave the rest of the engineers I brought with me. They're more than capable of keeping the place operational until we're prepared for the next phase. Now, let us all return to camp and inform Istalo of our triumph. What an interesting chain. Rude.
There you are, safe and sound. See, I knew you'd make quick work of those heaps of metal. Doubtless they were used to deadly effect when the Garleans waged war amongst themselves. In order to ensure they fired upon their own countrymen, they were made to destroy anything that came within their sights. The fact that they're causing trouble this far out is distressing indeed. I must warn my superiors upon my return. Before that, however, there is yet one more task I would ask of you. I fear I might be imposing overmuch, but you have my word that this is the last one.
Okay. The commissary officer would seek out the opinions of the refugees.
One final task, and I won't bother you any longer. You needn't find anything. At least, not if you don't want to. No, this time I mean to make use of your more diplomatic faculties. One of my duties here is to find out whether the refugees wish to return home or not. Naturally, each will have their own decision, and their own reasons, but getting a general feel for things will help us determine the best way to help in the days ahead. I'll gather what information I can from the people in the caves. You only have to speak with one man, but it may take a bit of work to find him. I've been told he ventured off towards the wreckage of the Imperial train.
Are you going to be a train otaku like our trolley otaku? Because that would be perfect.
Now, we could wait for him to return, but I'm running behind as it is. If you could do this, you'd be helping not only me, but all those who've been left without a home.
I'm like, why is it all red? Oh, because creepy tower. Got it. Hello? Man who likes trains? Hello, refugee. Oh, you've got a grave here. Oh, it's not often I encounter someone else out here. If you've come here for ceruleum, then I'm afraid this area has already been picked clean. I'm here to ask if you want to return to your homeland. I'm here to ask if you wish to leave Garlemald. Want to go home? Jarek has already asked me as much, but I suppose you must be thorough. Could you give me a moment? I would first like to offer prayer to the departed. A wreckage was left in the wake of one particularly fierce battle. A dear friend of mine journeyed here to search for it for abandoned supplies, but a sudden explosion cut his life short. Although I had meant to offer him a lone prayer, why don't you join me? He always was one to enjoy the company of others, even those he scarcely knew. I have placed these stones to mark the spot of his passing. Pray to his memory, if you will. approach the memorial and pray. He was a brave man and well loved. Oops, that's caps lock. There we go. Thank you. Whatever sustenance prayers provide to those who've been passed, I am sure my friend is grateful for it. Look at that thing right around the corner, creeping up on us. So rude. That Jotun over there? The guy. As for your previous question, well, I am Alamigan by birth and was taken from my home and family by the Empire and made to serve in their interminable wars. After 10 years, my hands were so stained with blood I no longer recognized them as my own. Days, weeks, years blended into one another until finally I was released from service. For the first time in a long while, I thought for myself, did my wife and child still live? Would they allow one so steeped in sin back into their home? Even now I cannot bring myself to consider the answers to those questions. So in short, I cannot say. Please leave me with my thoughts. Won't be far behind, I promise. Oof, that's pretty heavy. And we did see that some people are just like, I don't know if I can welcome someone back home who used to serve the Empire. It's a tough life. Now, that's the entire point of the healer quest. Healer role quest. Hey, it's a Lupin. There you are, and even sooner than I had anticipated. What did the man say? Ooh, it's a complex, loaded question. He's not sure if he wants to go home because he knows his wife and kid will accept him. So that's kind of a little iffy. I see. Such a tragic story, but sadly not an uncommon one. It seems that for some, the question of where home lies, has no easy answer. In any case, we've done all that we can at present. Let's return to camp and report our findings to the contingent, eh? Alright, see you there. Oh god, it's the creepy head. Nightmares. Alright, I guess we'll start here with Estelo. Ah, good to see you again. I was just wondering when I might hear how you fared with the platform. And it seems I won't have to wait any longer. I trust your eagerness is a sign that you had some success. Yes, sir. We were able to access the platform's controls and confirm that it is operational. There are still adjustments to be made, but I imagine it won't be long until it's fully operational. Splendid! If the camp can secure a stable supply of energy, we can begin rebuilding throughout the region. It will doubtless give succor to those in Tapper's Den and the capital proper as well. One of our goals when we first came here was to improve the lives of those that can still call this frozen land home, and you have made a great contribution towards realizing that ambition. Thank you, sir. I certainly wouldn't have made it this far without your genius. The days when Garlemald looked toward a bright future seem so distant now that the snow and frost have reclaimed their dominion. But I, for one, am ready to embark on the same journey that my ancestors once did, and build a new home around the warmth of cerulean flame. I'm certain that when the time comes, I shall be proud to know that I worked alongside you. I must thank you as well. You've taught me to listen with sincerity to the words of those who I would otherwise have unjustly scorned. You're very welcome. I imagine it will be some time before we can return Laterm to its former inhabitants, but I promise that when we do, it will be in a better state than when you left. Well then, we'd better get to work. Ah, we, indeed. He gets voluntold. King crab cake, please. Thank you. We've received countless supplies of late from a host of nations. Although they're all dealing with their own troubles, we're all heartened that they would go to such lengths for the people of Garlemald, in spite of the past. Nice. Hey, Kochacha.
Have you any discarded weaponry on your person?
Here you go. Discarded weapons. Imperial weaponry that has been kicked to the side and subsequently forgotten following the truce.
Yes, that's just what we were looking for. Thank you for bringing it to us. It is said that each legion has its own unique weaponry, but to my eye, it is all much of a muchness. I suppose their similarities are owed to the fact that they were mass-produced in the Enceladium. Perhaps when Garlemald still thought itself a republic and they first started employing Rogadin mercenaries, they sought to diversify their armaments in the same way as their troops. Of course, later advances in technology made it possible to turn out all sorts of weaponry at an alarming rate. I wonder, if they had never discovered Machina, what would the Empire look like today? Makes one think, doesn't it?
Makago no Kago. My men report that they found both the mother and child making their way here and have provided them the shelter and aid they require. I confess I was more than a bit surprised when the woman told me of your success in lifting the rubble. It sounded too tall a tale to be real, even, but then I remembered who we were dealing with and felt foolish for doubting her. At any rate, they are safe and in our care now, all thanks to you. I'm glad they talked to you. Pew, 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 pew. Did you manage to track him down? Yeah. I can't remember. Oh, yeah, the boy. Yeah, he doesn't want our help. That's a relief. Those outright refusal of our help is concerning. We came here with the best intentions, but barely a moment's consideration for how the people of Garlemald might feel towards us. I suppose it's only natural they'd be wary. If they won't accept our aid, we can still make their lives a little easier. We'll start by making the area around the granary safer, so they can gather food whenever they please. Here, I'd like you to have this for giving me peace of mind. The reconstruction of Doma continues apace, but the people of Garlemald have barely begun to walk the long road to recovery. Indeed, they have lost everything, and none can say what their future holds. I helped with the reconstruction. I did the biodomas. Oh yeah, commissary officer. Way over here.
I've gone to the trouble of submitting my report already, so you needn't worry about that. And, as I promised, that brings an end to my endless requests. Truth be told, my motivations for being here aren't entirely out of sense of duty. My father was conscripted into the Garlean forces long ago, so when I heard the refugees had been found here, I had to meet them for myself. I volunteered for this duty, but unfortunately none of the refugees stirred my memories of him. Still, I won't give up the search. No matter what misdeeds he was forced to commit, all I want is to see him again, to share a meal under the same roof. Some, like Jarek, seem resigned to accept this place as their new home. But there are others like my father who have people waiting for them, searching for them. If I can see even one family reunited, then all of this will have been worth it. Although the road ahead is a long one, it's time I stopped forcing you to walk it with me. Thanks for all you've done, friend. Please, take this. You've earned it 1,000 times over.
Yay! We're like halfway through our level. Nice. And we got through one area of Garlemald. I think we're gonna save the rest of the side quests in Garlemald for next time. Because otherwise we're gonna be up real late. Because it took us 2 hours just to get through this area. So, yeah. We will continue next time. We'll stop here for the evening. I don't think any of my friends are on. Hi, cat! My cat's like, but you didn't even show me on stream yet. Okay, hold on. Alright, I'll turn on the light for you and we can say goodbye with you here. This is a cat. Boop. Hey, what are you doing? You don't want to be on? pointing around at me. Okay, whatever. He's telling me to get off, I think. Okay. Well, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed our Endwalker B-side, so side quest story. We'll continue next time, most likely next week. And, yeah, just more chilling and reading. So, thanks again. Hope y'all have a great week. I'll see you back on Thursday for Variety Night, and, whatever shenanigans we get up to then. Alright, have a good night, everybody. See you later. And, yeah. Alright, bye, everyone.